once I saw you on it yesterday, I had been hearing about it, but I was like, man, if you can stream on multiple platforms at once,
bro, it's so nice.
Yeah.
So now I got it on. The only thing I wish we could do is have it stream with Instagram too.
Yeah.
And so I could go live on Instagram.
Right.
Let me I got to share this again to a bunch of other people. So how's your business changed since we last met, man?
Man, it's changed dramatically, man. Because when we met, I was just doing wholesaling, the wholesaling part on my own. Just if it wasn't really a business, it was more so if a deal comes across, I know this is what I'm gonna do with it. But going to that event, it allowed me to open up my thinking. So I wanted to make that part of the business the actual business instead of a hustle, so to speak. So, since that, I got the office. We got we hired acquisitions guys, transaction coordinators. Oh yeah. Now we really from that event, and my partner, the guy that I partnered up with, he was at that event too, but we didn't meet at the event. We met. We would walk in a 300 unit apartment building, trying to take that down. And we just kept seeing each other. Then we came together. Was like, man, we might as well do this together. So we've been kind of moving ever since then.
Did you guys end up buying that 300 unit complex?
No, we didn't. So in the due diligence, we tried to get a price reduction. They wasn't really having it, so it kind of fell by the wayside. But it's what came out of that was a lot of relationships.
Right.
Like I said, I met my partner down there, Alvin Johnson, who I met at the event also.
Did you partner up with Alvin?
Yeah, so he was a GP on that.
Oh, no way.
Oh yeah, he was a GP on that. So and it's crazy, like all this stuff came from that event. I met Alvin at that event. I met my partner at that event. So, I like to go to events to meet people, and when I learn something new, it's always a bonus.
Right. So sorry, man. Now you want to introduce yourself, what you did before. I met him at a Raphael Vargas event. We were all just down there hanging out, somehow connected, and both of our businesses have really blown up since the event. I think what Raph offered was great info, but the networking that came out of that, man, was huge.
Yeah, it was huge, man. So a little background on me, played professional basketball 8 years. Retired in 2015. When I retired in 2015, I jumped straight into real estate. I got my first start as a realtor. I put my 3 years in and became a broker. And now I started my own brokerage. And as we was talking earlier, now I have an investment arm inside of the brokerage. So we just growing, man. And now with Post Pro Capital, that's the fund to raise money for syndications for the apartments. So we're building everything out, man. We taking action. When I go to events, I don't look at the price tag. Like, I don't care how much it costs. It's my job to get that money back 10, 20 times over. So I'm pro. I'm always going to events. I'm always going to meet people. Like I said, good people. You get to meet good people. Like I met Strat. And the reason why we connected, I found out you play football, and it was like that instant connection. Like, oh man, you used to play football too. Okay, because athletes, we speak the same language.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was crazy. Who else did I meet out there? Alvin, Josue, Nick Perry. Nick Perry's an absolute savage.
Yeah, I met Nick Perry too. He's a cool dude. I need to follow up with Nick.
Right, bro. Met a ton of good people. Didn't sleep. Spend as much money as possible.
Right. That's how them events be, right? we gotta go
bro, we'd wake up. So I remember the first day I woke up at 7 a.m., went and got a workout in, went to the event and everything else. The event got out at 6, and then we drank and partied until 5 a.m. And then I went to sleep, woke back up at 7, did the same thing. It was crazy. So much knowledge though. People who are actually doing real business. That's when you go to a lot of meetups in your area, you get kind of no one else is like doing it at a high level. Like at that event,
Yeah.
there's a dude out of Matt. I don't know if you met Matt Simmons. I met Matt out of there, bro. A year ago, he was doing no business. Now he's
Yeah.
doing like 1 million something, like or even
Oh,
higher.
word.
Crazy, biggest wholesaler in Philly now,
Oh, word. That's
in
nice.
Pittsburgh actually. But like just killing it and stuff like that has been awesome.
Yeah, I love hearing stories like that, man. Especially when you go somewhere to get information, because you get a lot of people who go to these conferences and they never apply it. They just coming back 2,000-3,000 in the red.
Right.
They get you get excited for a minute, they just can't keep that motivation going. But it's good when I hear stories like that, when people actually put the feet to the pavement and put the work in. Because as entrepreneurs, we don't get any guarantees. We got to go out here and eat what we kill every day.
Right.
It's like we wake up every day like, what a money. It ain't no check waiting at the end of the week. So we got to really go out there and get it. So I love hearing stories like that when people, actually go after what they want.
Yeah, man. And so, tell me about why you picked real estate out of everything.
Man, I picked real estate because when I was younger, my uncle, he was always in the real estate. He stayed in Detroit, so we never really seen him. But when we did see him, I was just gonna keep it real. We knew he was doing better than us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, KC doing real estate up there. What's going on? But he always used to give me books. Like he was real big on books. He's always give me books every time he saw me. He give me real estate books, financial books, anything like that. And it just stuck with me. So when I was playing basketball, um, and I'm in the airport, I'm in the bookstore trying to find books to read. So he kind of planted that seed into me. And I'm on a plane reading about real estate, Millionaire Real Estate Investor, Robert Kiyosaki books. So real estate, for me coming from basketball, I had to pick something where I can make a lot of money. Like I wanted my goal when I retired, it was like, man, how can I supplement what I'm already making?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Real
Exactly.
estate was one of those vehicles. So that's kind of how I got into it, like I said. And being a realtor wasn't in my plans, but that was my way in. So once I got my way in and got my knowledge up, let me shut my acquisition guy just walked in. Let me shut my door. Yo, fellas, I'm live. My bad.
You good, man.
It's Friday, man. They got the PlayStation in here, man. We just vibing. But yeah, I forgot where I was at, but like, yeah. So me being a realtor was my way in, and once I got in, I started working with investors. So one day I sold a commercial building. So the way I was thinking as a realtor, I was chasing that commission check, but that was really I ended up making $40,000 on that deal, but that was one of the worst decisions I made because I was thinking as a realtor. You know, Once I sold it, it was like I got that check one time, but every time I pass by that building, I know that guy is getting paid every month, and
Every
ain't
month.
no telling what it appreciated since 2015, 2016.
Yep.
So from that point on, I started thinking as an investor. Like even now, when I get listings, I underwrite it to see how can I buy it. I've bought some of my own listings. So it's just changing that thought process.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember I was like, man, I need to make as much money as I'd make in the NFL if I don't do anything.
Exactly.
I'm
And go ahead.
and I was like, man, like practice squad money is like 70 grand a year. I was like, oh, I can do that. I can do that. Now, like if I only make 70 grand, I'll be furious. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's just a different type of mindset.
Yeah.
Like, once you
Yeah.
get into the game too.
Right, man. Especially with us athletes, because I don't know about you, Strat. You about 6'3", 6'4"?
I'm 6'2".
6'2". See, like me, I can't be, so I gotta have I gotta be at a job where I'm getting paid, like, because that, like, you see a lot of you don't want to see somebody 6'8" working in Walmart. People coming up like, hey, what happened? Like, if I was your height, hey, how people, if I was your height, I'd be in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna try to clown you. So you gotta get it if you're an athlete. So that's why,
Yeah.
with what I'm coming out with this transition program, helping athletes transition from sports into business,
Bro,
to
that is
help bridge that
huge.
gap.
Like, let's talk about, I mean, how, at least for me, like, I didn't even go pro. I played like, I made it to the Seattle Seahawks tryouts, but all my life was football. And then after that, I had no idea what the hell to do with myself. Like, no identity, no life skills, no nothing. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? Like, because it's just, you know how to play football, and that's all. That's all
right,
you focus
right.
on.
Exactly. And so and the reason why I came up with this program is because this is what I went through. So I got injured at the worst time that you can probably get injured. I got injured my first professional year. So I hadn't even had time to get no money for real. So I was out here trying to get a job to hold me over, and everybody kept saying I was overqualified and I didn't have any experience. So I was like, yeah, what the hell I go to college for? So
Right?
basically, what that let me know is like, man, they not even really respecting the degree. They want experience, and they want experience. So what I'm doing with this transition program is giving athletes access to internships and stuff like that to build their experience while they're still playing. So when they retire, they can kind of segue and make a smooth transition into business or whatever second career they want to go into, because it's not if, it's when. I thought I was gonna play
Exactly.
forever. Mentally, I still can go up here, but my body is like, nah, you done, you cooked. So it's not if, it's when. You're gonna retire. So why you not preparing for it?
Bro, I mean, so I'm thinking about doing that same thing just with Fresno State out here and like offering internships.
Mm-hmm.
We'll still have dudes who like come, like who I played with, like, hey man, can I work for you? Like, I mean, you can work for me for free, but like, what's your degree in? Like,
Right,
do you have like legitimate same thing? Like, do you have any experience? Like, what are your skills? Because like
right.
I can't just like have you come in here and like warm a seat. Like, I'm not gonna pay you to warm a seat, man. I need you to do something.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you gotta come in and be hungry, be willing to learn, be willing to work.
Yeah.
Especially with no experience, you gotta come in and do more. It's kind of like being a walk on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like the walk ons, you gotta do more than the people who on scholarship. Like, you really do, like, to even you know get on that level. So it's the same thing with interns. But we definitely respect the interns. It's a way in. I'm very big on internships, but when you come in, you do got to add value.
Yeah, man. I mean, but I think if I did it, I would be like one of the only businesses even offering an internship to Fresno State, man. Like,
Hmm.
at least football wise, like we didn't have any internships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you was just there, go play football, go home, drink, go play football, party. But like, it wasn't
Right.
like we had no internships, and my
Yeah.
degree was in freaking communication. Like, what am I going to do with that? You
And
know
yeah,
what I'm
and
saying?
that's good what you're doing too, Strat. Like, we got to give what we didn't have. Like,
Exactly.
the way I think, I come up with stuff that I always would have wanted coming up. Like, I'll give you a personal example. Like, for Father's Day, when I was growing up, Father's Day, my dad died when I was young. So Father's Day, it's kind of like an empty day for me,
Mm-hmm.
But when I got older, I had to figure out a way to make this day meaningful. So I started a father-son sports camp where that we do like team drills. It's like a bonding. Instead of giving dad a tie, come on, let's go out here and do some little fun drills against some other father and son duos. You know what I'm saying? And kind of make this a day. And for the kids who didn't have a father, we have mentors in place for them so they don't feel left out. So I implemented that, and now Father's Day, I'm looking forward to it every year
Yep.
instead of like So we gotta, as athletes, and not even just as athletes, whatever we didn't have growing up, we need to create it.
Without a doubt. So let's transition a little bit into your business, man. So like, what does it look like now? Like, what do you got going?
So right now, I got the brokerage. So I got agents under me. So I know when we met back in last year at that event, I was a one-man show. So since then, I don't show houses anymore. I give them off to my agents. So the brokerage is semi-running systematically. I still got a couple tweaks to make. We have United Property Buyers, which is our, I don't want to say wholesaling business, because we're looking to buy some too. We want to cherry pick some deals as well.
Yeah.
So we have United Property Buyers in house. So that's the investment firm, and Post Pro Capital where I'm getting revved up to start doing these syndications. And that's a byproduct of this event. This event that I'm having with all these different big names and
Huge,
leaders from
huge.
different asset classes. I basically, have you heard the term "Don't be the smartest person in the room"?
Yep.
All I did was created the room I wanted to be in. This, like, I handpicked everybody, like the best mobile home parks, the best fix and flippers, the best single family, the best wholesalers. We got Carlos Reyes coming, Corey Reed, my guy Sanji with the build to rent model. So he builds new construction developments, and they don't sell them; they rent them out. So that model, self storage. Like, I took everybody, all the doers, and each asset class, and put them in the room with me,
Yeah, man.
and all the attendees.
Who are the athletes you have on it? Who's the dude? I can't remember that dude's name for the life of me. He's like legit.
For the Seahawks.
No, the basketball player. Is that Lou Williams?
Oh, Lou Will, yeah, Lou Will, yeah.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, man. So me and Lou Will, we was teammates twice. I had two stints with the Sixers. In 07, I was on the summer league team. In 09, they actually signed me for a little while. And me and Lou, we played pro-am together too. So we won a couple championships in the pro-am here in Atlanta. So, yeah, so that was an easy reach out.
That's awesome. And so is he active? Like what's I mean, when you're a pro athlete, most of your life is sports still, or is he pretty active in his investment company? Like, I know, like Julio Jones, bro, big time developer out in Atlanta.
I didn't know Julio Jones developed.
Yeah, he's a big time developer out there.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'll lose into. I'm definitely trying to get him into real estate. I know he has a record company, and I'm pretty sure he has some other stuff. A lot of guys, they don't like to put their stuff out on the front street. So, but I'm pretty sure I'm definitely trying to get him into some of these syndications. And that's the reason why I'm bringing the athletes and bringing them with the top notch investors, so we can introduce them to the real estate investing game. So when you retire, you can make the same amount of money. And it's two types of income: passive income and active income. And what I'm telling the athletes is, you're getting a big check right now, but you're only getting it if you're active, and you're not going to be active forever. So you need to start building that passive lane as well, so you can live the same way, once you're done. So
I mean, and like going broke, it's a legitimate thing. I mean, you think you're gonna make money forever too.
I mean,
being an entrepreneur.
It's not hard to go broke once the money stops. Like, if everything's going in a negative in the back, like, it's really not hard. It's only a matter of time. So, having residual income, having cash flow, having assets, that's a way to, negate that.
For sure. And so, are you looking to get into mobile homes? Like, are you focused on syndication to mobile home, apartment complexes?
I'm focused on apartment complexes and multifamily. But and this is what I'm telling everybody too. So I would call this a generalist event, because it's not specific to one niche, but I'm very big on the fact that you can learn something from everybody you meet. So I'm not interested in mobile home parks at this time, but they may tell me a strategy that they're using to find mobile home parks that I can use to find in the asset class I want to be in. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be just as tuned in to the mobile home parks and self storage as I am into the multifamily and the single family and the wholesaling.
For sure. And so, wholesaling wise, man, what are you guys doing marketing wise?
Man, we doing cold call. We got 13 acquisition guys. We doing all cold calling. Because I feel, and we're gonna get into SMS and all that, but like I said, we're just starting our company as a company. He was doing his thing on his own. I was doing my thing on my own. Now we're just straight cold calling. We got 13 acquisitions guys just calling all day on different shifts.
Wow. So they're just working like eat when you kill, pretty much.
Oh yeah. It's commission based. I mean, shit, I'm on commission based. So everybody in my organization is gonna be commission based too. We all eat when we kill. Exactly. And I wouldn't have it no other way.
Hell yeah.
I'll be disrespectful if somebody try to pay me hourly. Honestly.
Right. I can't do it anymore.
So you mean to tell me you're gonna pay me let's say $20 an hour. $20 an hour, whether I do a good job or bad job, I don't know. That's a bad deal to me. Because if I do a good job, I might want a little more.
Right? Or
You know?
salary, like you get 90 grand for the year regardless. That's all.
Right.
No matter
Exactly.
how good or how bad you do.
Right. Like
That's all.
what if I made the company $1 million? I'm still only worth 90? Like, nah, like I like percentages better, like because we know what we're getting on the front end and that keeps the overhead low. That's probably why we was able to still operate during COVID because I mean we didn't have any overhead.
Yep. What
Yeah.
was
So
Go ahead,
huh?
man.
Now I'm just saying, like, I mean, stuff like that happens, like, it just came out the blue. Nobody was prepared for COVID, but you see all these big box companies, retail companies that's going out of business, filing bankruptcy, is because of overhead, because when you really look at it, the fact of the matter is the only thing that can run you out of business is expenses. If if you don't have any expenses, you can stay in business forever.
Right.
Yeah. So
Um, we got the cold callers, SMS. What systems do you use to cold call? What are you using? Call tools, then call?
we're using call tools. We was using Zen call. We was using Zen call. We didn't like the customer service, so we switched to call tools.
Bro, same.
Um,
I set
yeah,
up Zen call after that event. And then it was so much money. Well, not a lot of money, but it was more money than I ever paid for call tools.
yeah,
And then the customer service was awful. Nothing made sense.
right. Customer service, man. Like, um, I don't even want to say that, but like, the customer service was awful, man. It was horrible. So we just had to go. We switched to call tools, and so that's what we're using right now.
Yeah, I can get you. Do you have like how much you pay per account? You
Hold
probably
on,
20.
JoJo. This is my TC. You know how much we pay for call tools? She don't know. I don't know either,
I
man.
can get you hooked up with like $100
I
account.
do dispo, man. I know how to get the deals off, dog. Whatever acquisitions bring through the pipeline, I see it then, and we handle dispo, and that's how I like to run it, man. We set goals for the acquisitions and dispo. We set goals, and we just have company meetings on that, and I like it like that. Like my acquisitions guy, good at acquisitions. Me being a realtor, knowing how to get to the closing table, I'm good at dispo. I know how to get I know how to get the deal done. So, that's kind of how we running it.
And so, what are your acquisition guys' goals every day?
They got to call at least 3 hours on a dollar. They got 3 hour shifts. So we have the acquisitions, then we have the person who's over them who screens the calls, make sure that they're saying the right thing, staying on script, not staying on the phone too long, things like that. So we're trying to bring in at least 5-10 leads a day.
Okay. And these are I'm guessing, a little bit more qualified leads than your regular cold callers because it's your people in house.
Yeah. So we don't use VAs. Everybody we have is in house. Um, and you know what's funny? I was watching Real Estate Disruptors with Property Force, and I really like his model. All his all his acquisition guys are licensed agents as well,
Mm-hmm.
and they're on commission only because agents are already used to that kind of structure. So he was saying it was easier to build out a company with that, with that type of business model. So eventually, I would want all my acquisitions guys to be licensed because, you know, not only did they went to school and got that base knowledge and know how not to get sued. Um, you know, it just shows a little more commitment too than just getting the guy off Indeed. They not wanting to go to realtor school to get you know further educated.
Yeah. I mean, I have a little bit different view. I think realtors most of the time are just awful.
Well, no. I don't want them to be realtors. I
You just
want them
want
to
them
be
to be licensed.
licensed. Yeah. I mean, and I got that, man. I watched that Property Force, video a couple of times, and I just love what they're doing, and that's kind of like the model that I want to kind of model, and they're doing crazy numbers.
Crazy numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing crazy numbers. So I just, And I'm pretty sure you do the same. We watch who's actually doing the business, and we take a little bit from each person and form our own thing.
Yep, that's exactly what we do. Cold calling. We got your syndication stuff. Tell me a little bit more about the event. Like, what time is it?
Yeah, man, the event. So we're kicking off tomorrow from 9 to 9. It's gonna be 12 hours. It's gonna be a marathon. Like a lot of people like, man, how long is the event? Man, you got a lot of people coming. I'm like, man, you're gonna get your PhD in real estate in 12 hours. And it's gonna be recorded. So you can rewatch this. I know I am. Like, I'm gonna get like this was really like I did it for the people, but like for me, on the selfish tip, I'm gonna get so much smarter from being at my own event. Like we like, how can you not, for $27 and you can watch it from the comfort of your own home. I know when we went to our event, we had to get flights, hotels, the whole shebang. And
Yeah.
and that's before we even got one jewel dropped on us. You could pay $27 on this and watch it on your couch. So
How did you reach out to all these people, man? Like, was it your own personal network? Because that's a strong group of people, dude.
yeah, so everybody in the everybody except the self-storage and mobile home parks are in my network. Yeah, so we ended up adding self-storage and mobile home parks because as we were promoting the event, we got a lot of flack. Like, what about this asset class? What about this asset class? So we ended up adding, self-storage and mobile home parks as well. Paul Moore, who spoke at my and another reason why I got a big network. I run a multifamily meetup down here. So a lot of these guys is people who came and spoke at my meetup.
Oh, that's awesome, bro. Me
Yeah.
starting the meetup was the best thing I ever did.
Oh yeah, for sure, because you get to handpick all the heavy hitters that you want to come in. It's like, Gino. It's kind of like I get to pick who I want to mastermind with every month.
Right?
you know I get to pick, like, when we had Alvin Johnson on last month, man, and everybody loved him. Like, he just came with so much knowledge, and the fact that his business model is a nonprofit business model in the multifamily space, so you don't see that often. So when he's dropping jewels, man, you listen, because it's like you don't see the nonprofit model in the multifamily commercial space at all. I mean, he's the only person I know doing it.
Yeah.
And as many conferences I've been to, he's the only one I know doing that model.
Dang, self-storage, everything else. Linda, could you explain what you mean? What are your goals for the month? So, like, how many deals are you shooting for a month, man?
10, man. I'm trying to do 10 deals a month. We're not there yet. Like I said, we're just starting up. I mean, we started this 2 weeks before COVID hit. We was hiring like crazy. Like, we had 13 acquisitions before COVID. We just it's kind of hard to get people in the office.
Sales culture.
Yeah. So that's what we want, people in the office. But we got a lot of people working from home because of the COVID stuff, which is understandable. But once everything kind of get back to normal, we're gonna rev up the hiring again, and we want to have everybody in house.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Where can everyone else find you? Facebook, Instagram.
Facebook, Shadzilla Jones Jennings. Instagram, Post Pro Shadzilla. You can pretty much find me on those two platforms. I'm on LinkedIn, Rashad Jones Jennings, and I really ain't that hard to find.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you
You
so
gonna
much.
be at the event, Strat?
Yep.
Man, it's gonna be crazy, man. I like some feedback from you too.
I got you, bro. Where can they learn more about that event? Can you do you have a link on your phone or anything?
Yeah, man. The AtlantaSummit.com. You want me to type it in the chat? Will it go to the comments?
A minute. Let me see if I can just go.
It's just the AtlantaSummit.com. It'll take you straight to the event. And it's not Atlanta specific. The reason why we had Atlanta in there, because this was an actual physical event. We had Atlanta Summit last year, and we just took it online because of the COVID stuff, and we kept the Atlanta name. But what I realized is a lot of people got confused and thought it was only for if you were interested in the Atlanta market, but it's not.
And so next year you're gonna have the same thing in Atlanta, so I can come out to Atlanta. We can go have a good time.
Oh man, what? Man, don't book your ticket. Man, you need to come to the A before then.
I know, man.
How far is Fresno from San Diego?
Like 6 hours, dude.
Okay, that's a little stretch. I supposed to be going to San Diego for the 4th of July for a family reunion, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
No, if you do go, I mean, I'd love to go down there. I got some other people I got to tune in with too.
Okay. Yep.
But all right, man. Thank you so much for coming on, dude.
Man, I appreciate you having me, man.
Oh yeah.
All right. Peace out, bro.